Home. For many of us, that word means comfort and protection. Whether you take residence in a house, apartment, or vehicle, a home is a place where you are free from the prying eyes of the outside world. That is, unless you are neighbors with a man by the name of Henry Townsend. Eileen Galvin, also known as the 20th victim of the 21 Sacraments, titled The Mother Reborn. She was just your busy young woman enjoying her life before things suddenly became much sinister. At the age of 23, we unfortunately do not possess too much information on Eileen other than what Silent Hill 4 The Room allows us as a player to observe. So, in regular fashion around here, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the key scenes of Eileen Galvin.
Where did I put that damn broom? Oh, there it is.
In this first scene, take notice of how proactive Eileen is with her neighbor Henry. She, of course, cannot hear Henry pleading for help on the other side of the door, but she feels something is not right. People generally in apartment complexes usually ignore their neighbors unless they have established a friendship dynamic. Meaning you may have neighbors in your apartment complex, but if they aren't important to you, they are strangers. Unless there are gunshots, violence, or fire, 9 times out of 10 people just ignore their neighbors and go on about their day. But Eileen was not having that.
Help me! Help! Let me out of here!
There's something going on in this room.
What do you mean?
I heard weird noises coming from inside there.
Help!
Hey, Richard, can you see anything from your window?
No. Everything looks pretty normal to me. The guy who lives here, what's he like anyway?
I know his name and face, but that's about it.
Well, I'm gonna go call the super.
Yeah, good idea.
To continue with my previous statement, Eileen is already showing awareness to her surroundings. While she does not know what is going on, her nature shows that on a basic level, she is concerned with the environment and the people around her.
Damn it. They can't hear me.
Once again, take note of Eileen's body language here, more so than the small talk with Frank Sunderland. While this gesture can mean a lot of different things in the scenario, I believe Eileen is just anxious to figure out what is going on in the apartment next to her.
How's it going with room 302?
Well, I just tried to open it up, but it looks like something's blocking it from the inside. Anyway, it's not the first time.
You mean the guy who lived here before?
And it wasn't just him either. There's something wrong with his whole apartment.
Don't say that. You're scaring me.
Well, anyway, I just slipped a note under his door. Don't worry about it too much. There are a lot of strange things in this world.
Frank hit the nail on this one, didn't he? Poor Eileen doesn't even know that the neighbor she is concerned about watches her through his living room.
The umbilical cord I keep in a box in my room. Lately it's started to smell terrible.
Huh? Umbilical cord?
Oh, well, I forget I said anything.
But still. Those noises.
In this scene, Eileen was brutally attacked by the adult version of Walter Sullivan, and as she lays on the floor barely clinging to life, her biggest concern is young Walter. Either one must be incredibly compassionate as a human being, or unaware of their own condition to pull something like this off.
Hey, kid. Thanks. Did you find your mommy? This place? It's dangerous. You need to hurry. Get out of here.
What's special about this scene, though, is this motherly concern for young Walter. Even when faced with challenges or pain themselves, a lot of mothers put their children before them in terms of priority. Eileen shows here in this scene that she is a truly compassionate person with strong motherly instincts, showing that her actions from the first scene is just a part of who she is as a person.
Eileen! Eileen, relax!
Henry? From next door.
Eileen's state of hysteria is very much justified after that last scene. It appears during her rest, her mind had time to process some of that horrific trauma, but by seeing a familiar face, she begins to feel a little more at ease since she is no longer alone.
What are you doing here?
I don't know where to start. There was this strange hole in my room. I saw people getting killed. All these weird other worlds. And I saw you get attacked too.
What are you talking about? I'm supposed to believe that?
But it's true. And there was a kid with you.
I remember now. I was getting ready to go to my friend's party. The boy protected me from the man with the coat. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I guess there's something wrong with me.
It is not uncommon for those who have just went through a traumatic experience to question if it even happened in the first place. By telling herself there is something wrong with me, she is passively indicating that she is in a stage of denial, which is rightfully so.
I just feel so scared. This place. Where is it anyway?
I don't know either. But I do know that if you get killed here, then you die in the real world too. Anyway, the only way out of here is through that hole.
Okay. Okay, take me with you. Henry.
Have you been here the whole time?
Yeah? And I didn't see any hole either. You just disappeared all of a sudden.
Take note of how affectionate Eileen is to see Henry once again. She is trapped in this world while Henry is not. In her current state as well, there is nothing she could really do to defend herself, so by staying put, she can at least give herself a moment of safety. With Henry reappearing as the only familiar person in her life right now, she is ecstatic.
I can't stay here by myself. I'll be cursed. I know it. What am I gonna do?
I might know a way to save you. Do you know about someone named Joseph?
Yeah. He was the guy who lived in your apartment before you.
While they go on about in-game lore, you should already be piecing together what kind of person Eileen is thus far. She has shown compassion and concern to those around her, even in a state of vulnerability. She also has realized her own strengths and weaknesses, meaning she is conscious of her limits. Even after going through such a traumatic situation as well, she is a person that picks herself up from the old dusty floor and keeps pushing forward.
I got this letter from him. He told me to go down into the deepest part of him, and to look for the ultimate truth. Let's do that. There must be something down there.
Okay. I'll do it. You're the only chance I've got. I'll stick with you.
Eileen?
It's terrible. That poor little boy. His parents just threw him away right after he was born.
Notice the distinct level of concern in Eileen's voice here. Remember, she was attacked not too long ago, and young Walter helped to save her life. Yet it appears she holds even more desire to help him. This is all but confirmed within the next few lines.
Poor thing. He really thinks that room 302 is his mother. I've gotta help him. Henry? Are you okay?
Here she is trapped in this weird world that represents her apartment complex, and she comes to comfort Henry when he is in distress. Eileen truly has a good heart, doesn't she?
It's Walter. He's crying. Even finishing the 21 sacraments. It won't help that boy. I'm going back, Henry. To the room where he is. We're the only ones. The only ones that can stop him.
Notice how Eileen ends that line. It is not so important that she realizes it's up to her and Henry to stop Adult Walter for this analysis. It is more important that you hear how she said that line. It was said in a calm and almost comforting manner. I'm not sure about anyone else, but if someone brutally attacked me, I would be a lot more adamant with my choice of words about them. In the good ending, the player gets a scene like this where Eileen is still alive and well. It is almost frightening how pure of heart Eileen is, even after all that she has gone through in Silent Hill 4. Not once did she place blame on others for her problems, and even on the brink of death, she worried about another person rather than herself. It is of no wonder she is titled the Mother Reborn in the 21 Sacraments due to this distinct nature. Even as a child, she sacrificed her own doll to help comfort the homeless Walter. With such a good-hearted nature, Eileen provides a stark contrast to adult Walter in more ways than one. At her core, she wants to help others, while Walter wants to destroy them to further his own specific goals. Eileen would give up her worldly possessions if it meant the happiness of another person in need. Walter, on the other hand, would take someone's possessions and may even beat them to death with it. Eileen Galvin is not a pretty face to help ease the player's experience through Silent Hill 4. Eileen is the embodiment of compassion and concern in a place that is void of all sensitivity. We know that due to her nature, it had gotten her caught up in the 21 Sacrament ritual, but because of her nature, she was able to end the rampage of a monster and walk away with her life.